Welcome back to the Awesome Physio YouTube channel. Today we are continuing with our gardening series, and as requested we're going to be going through a upper body stretching routine. So why are we targeting the upper body with gardening? So a lot of the stuff we do when we're lifting or we're using the hands as we're weeding or doing different things in the garden, it can put a lot of strain, particularly into the elbows, into the wrists, particularly into the neck and the shoulders. So a lot of patients that come in to see us after gardening, yes, it's triggered in the lower back, but a lot of the time it's a lot of tightness in the neck and shoulders. So this is what we are going to be targeting today. So for the first 15 to 20 seconds, we want to start by targeting the deep muscles at the back of the neck. So although we did this a little bit with the mobility routine when you're warming up for gardening, we want to go a little bit deeper, a little bit stronger, and hold it for slightly longer. So we're going to cross the hands like we demonstrated in the other video, place behind the head, and we're going to breathe in. And then as we breathe out, you're using the hands to guide the chin down towards the chest. So it's really, really important that you're going within a pain-free range. So this might be too much for some people, particularly if it's quite tight. And we want to aim to hold this for about 15 to 20 seconds. So you can extend the stretch even more as you're holding it here, so you can breathe in again. And then as you breathe out, you can push it a little bit more to get that deeper stretch. But the idea is once you've held it for 15 to 20 seconds, you're gently releasing that stretch after, because again, if you're looking down, that's where there's going to be a lot of tightness. So for the next 15 to 20 seconds, we want to target across the neck and the shoulders, because like we were saying earlier, when you're concentrating on gardening, you're looking down, you're concentrating on what you're doing, the shoulders typically roll forward, and it can cause a lot of pressure through here. So we're going to gently relax the shoulders down first. So starting in a good position, we're then going to stretch this side. So we're going to turn the head and drop chin down towards the opposite shoulder. For a lot of people, this might be enough of a stretch. They could definitely feel it. If you want to add that extra stretch through there, you can use the opposite hand, gently placing it behind the back of the head, and then you want to guide that chin down a little bit more. So you'll feel it pull all across this shoulder. And again, with the after gardening stretch routine that we're looking at today, it's all about calming everything down. We want to be lovely, slow and controlled, and hold it for a little bit longer. So we're going to hold that there. And then once you've done 20 seconds, like with the other stretch, you're gently releasing. If you just suddenly let go, it can be quite sore through there. So if we repeat on the other side, just so you can see it again, you're turning the head, dropping chin down towards the shoulder. Again, for a lot of people, that is going to be plenty. If you want to exaggerate that stretch, holding the hand very gently behind and guiding that stretch down, so chin down towards the shoulder. Lovely, and then holding that there. Good, about 15 to 20 seconds, and then gently relaxing back. Next thing that's really important that we need to stretch is opening up through the chest. So there's two ways that we are going to do this. So the first stretch we want to do is across the chest. So you can either have the arm up at 90 degrees, slight bend in the elbow, or you can have the arm out straight, whatever feels more comfortable for your shoulder. So we're going to make sure that shoulder's relaxed so that the arm is in line with the chest and hand resting on a wall. I always typically use our fridge because it adds a bit of resistance, so anything that's going to add a bit of support through here. What we're then going to do is gently turn the head away, and then as you're turning the head, you're going to turn the torso, and you'll feel that stretch right across the chest, so from the shoulder right to the central point into that sternum. So we're going to hold that for 15 to 20 seconds, holding that there. And it's really important because if you've been leaning forward, you've been planting pots, you've been doing all the other stuff in the garden, you're going to probably be activating through your arm and your chest muscles, so really important. And like with the other stretches, gently unwinding through. We would then repeat that on the opposite side. For the next 15 to 20 seconds, we want to just stretch this a little bit more. So behind the back, we're going to clasp the fingers together and pull the shoulders back. So clasping hands behind you, and then as you stretch out the arms backwards, you're bringing the shoulders back and you're almost lifting up through the chest. So we're getting a bit of nice extension into that upper back. We're stretching through the shoulders because again, they've probably done a lot in the garden today if you've been lifting and doing stuff, and then you're lifting up through the neck as well. So what you want to avoid is everything kind of dropping. You want to lift up through the neck and really feel that lovely stretch across the chest, holding for 15 to 20 seconds, and like the others, just gently letting that relax. The final bit, like we did with the mobility warm-up, is we need to work through the forearms and into the hands. They're doing a lot of stuff. If you're cutting or using them, it gets unbelievably tight through here. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to stretch through the extensors and the supinators. So we need to go the opposite way. So hand down. We did this slightly in the mobility routine, but when you do it as a cool down, you're going to hold it for longer. So clasping around the wrist as your hands pointing down, you're going to stretch out straight. So you'll feel this around the outer part of the elbow. So you want to hold this for about 15 to 20 seconds. Holding it in that area. So if it's too much, just reduce the range. It's whatever's comfortable for you. So we're holding that for 15 to 20 seconds, letting that relax, and then like the others, gently unwinding and going the opposite way. So we're doing the pronators and the flexors now. So we're going the opposite way. So hand coming back, so a nice stretch into the palm as well. And then we're going to bring the hand out. So we're actually doing almost two things here. So you're stretching and opening up through your palm, which is lovely if you've been gripping stuff and it's been quite tight and sore, plus opening up through the inner part of the elbow. So holding that there. So what you're going to do is 15 to 20 seconds in each of these stretches, and then of course, you know, repeating on the other side. So really important with all of these that we do both sides as we're stretching. So just to quickly demonstrate, on this side, placing the hand down, pulling the arm out in front of you. So you're going to hold that position to do the supinators and the extensors. We're going the opposite way, holding for 15 to 20 seconds. And then once you've done that, gently releasing, turning the hand over, again really stretching into the palm as well, opening up into that extension position. So stretching into the flex and the pronators here, so going the opposite way. So just wanting to stretch out through, really nice into the hands. And then the final thing, what you can do, if you've been using a lot of apparatus in the garden where you're kind of clenching through the hands, so any kind of cutters and stuff like that, is you want to stretch up into the thumb. So what we can do is just pull the fingers slightly. So not necessarily stretching, but you're kind of pulling and tractioning into the fingers. So you're holding around the joint, pulling away, holding for a couple of seconds, and then relaxing. And again, just gently pulling each of the fingers. So it's just getting a really nice stretch. So holding each one for a couple of seconds. Same on the other side, just really stretching it out. If you've been using it all day, it's going to feel quite sore, quite stiff into this area. So like we said with the other videos, you can choose which ones you want to do. So we are going to be doing a lower body and then a full body routine. So you can really target it based on how your body feels. So if you've had a particularly strenuous time in the garden, you're feeling it more in the neck and the upper body, this is where this routine comes in absolutely perfectly to add in after you've been outside.